Start with the PWHL game. I saw that you were in attendance for the Denver Takeover Tour, and they broke a U.S. attendance record. It was the most for professional women's hockey in the U.S. to date. And I was curious what your reaction is to hearing that, just to see the Colorado hockey community so passionate about the sport.
It was pretty cool. I think the crowd was crazy. It was a lot of kids, a lot of spotted like a lot of teams in the stands, a lot of youth teams, youth girls teams. So it's great to see. It's fun that they were able to play a game here, and nice that we were able to go to it.
That's awesome. What do you think it says about the appetite that Colorado has for hockey, that they were chanting, "We want a team"?
I mean, ever since I got here, it seems like hockey just keeps growing and growing, and it's a fun state to be in, especially for hockey. And ever since I've been here, I think it seems like there's more and more youth teams every single year, and there's more and more kids that are getting interested in the game. So that's how you got to grow the game. You got to find places that people want to play, and I feel like it just keeps growing in Denver. So yeah, it's exciting.
And looking ahead at the 5-game homestand, what are some short-term goals that you guys want to focus on as a team?
I mean, we got to take advantage of the games we got at home. Obviously, we were on the road for a lot in December, had a good homestand at the beginning of this month, but we have to take advantage of these games now because obviously we only have, I don't know how many going into the break there, so for us, we got to make sure that we're rolling into the break and put ourselves in a good position for the 20 or so games we have after.
And you're hosting the New York Rangers tomorrow. Matt Rempe is a young player who's been in a lot of discourse this year for towing that line of playing a physical game. And I was curious more generally how you have seen the role of the enforcer change as the game has evolved to a quicker pace.
Yeah, it's different. I think every team, you need guys like that are going to step up in times need be. It's not necessarily, I think the enforcer's role has changed. Like, you got to be able to play the game fast now. So for guys, it's evolving, but I still think it's there in the game. Those guys play an important role, and yeah.
When you reflect on Curtis McDermott's time here, a teammate that served that type of role, it's something maybe to the viewer that we can't fully appreciate, but what kind of value does he have? When he is in the lineup, is there anything consciously or unconsciously that he helps to support just being there?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I think those guys are, in Dermy's case, he was an amazing guy, so just having him in and around the room and mingling with the guys was awesome, and for us to be able to have that option of playing him each night was great. So I think it gives you a little bit of comfort probably knowing that you have those guys that can step up if need be, and we got guys on this team that can do that, obviously Mance as well, so Mance is one of them, so yeah.
And Middleton, when you look at this recent road trip, a big response in the Minnesota game on the heels of the Chicago game, why was it important as a group to have that kind of response?
I mean, very important. I think for us, the Minnesota and the Jets games were really important ones. Obviously Chicago too, but chasing Minnesota and the Jets right now, and Minnesota one was big for us, and then it was unfortunate, obviously, the Jets game just didn't get it clicking, but we're going to get more cracks at these guys, and I think it's important because it's the first game that we played against Mini all year, so we're going to see them quite a bit in this next little while, so we got to take advantage of the games we play against them.
You also see Winnipeg at the end of this homestand. What kind of adjustments do you want to see ahead of that matchup to level the series?
I mean, there's a lot we can do. They play a really solid defensive game, so we got to find ways to get pucks to the net and then obviously break Hellebuck as well. So every team's got things that you can break. We just got to find it, and then everybody's got to be on the same page doing that. So, yeah. This
will be the last one, but Jared Bednar has talked about the new head of strength and conditioning, Alexi, and some of the new changes he's implemented, embracing optional skates, an emphasis on recovery. What kind of a difference has his influence made on you and your game and how you're feeling this year?
Yeah, I think it's been great. Obviously, to have a resource like him and to do the extracurricular stuff is always important. And to have a guy with his knowledge and a lot of staff now with great knowledge, it's awesome. So we're surrounded by good people here, and hopefully it continues to work out.
I know we've already gone over this after you scored the goal, but your face is going viral.
No, I mean, I don't know. I was just really surprised. I mean, we were laughing about it afterwards. I had a bad play like that last year where I kind of turned it over and a guy on Dallas scored. So I guess, it comes full circle, So I guess the hockey guys rewarded me there. But again, just thought it was kind of funny. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe the puck was on my stick. I just tried to throw it on net. Luckily it went in. So I was teasing after that I should go buy a lottery ticket or something. But it was just all in good fun.
So did you go buy a lottery ticket?
No, I didn't.
After that Chicago game, why was it important to answer in the Minnesota game the way that you guys did?
Yeah, I think just, anytime you're playing a bunch of teams in your division in a short stretch like that, you want to make up some points. So, again, I feel like we kind of laid an egg there in Chicago. We did some good things, but I think we were just, I don't know, sometimes we just have lapses there where we kind of give other teams like that are kind of lower in the standings a chance to, just be in the game when we could have put them away, I think, in the first period. So we let them hang around. They got a lot of skill, a lot of high-end players that they took advantage of it. So we watched some films, kind of took a slap on the wrist there when we got to Minnesota, and then kind of just good leadership in the room saying we got to come out and capitalize here.
And you'll revisit Winnipeg. They'll be here at the end of this homestand. What do you guys need to do to level this series?
Yeah, I think just, keep playing our game. When we played them here at home, I thought we did a really good job. We limited their chances. We played physical, kind of brought them into the battle, and then, we go there at the end of a little bit of a road trip. Credit to them. The goalie played well. No excuses, obviously, but, we had some chances to, get back in that game, and, he kept them in it, and then, they get an empty net out there at the end, and then it looks like it's worse than it really is. So just play our game, nothing to worry about. I think just we got a nice homestand here where we can kind of, lay in our own beds at night and kind of not be traveling all over the place, so it should be good.
And with that homestand coming up, you guys got 3 pretty tough teams to start off with. Obviously, the Rangers struggling a bit, but you still got Shesterkin in the net. So what are you guys looking at as far as taking care of that? Again, just take care of our own end. If we do a good job in the defensive zone, I think that leads to good offense. So taking care of that first, and then I know it sounds cliche, but just kind of chip pucks in, get pucks behind their D, make them turn. We have a really great forecheck, and when we're kind of doing that, we're creating turnovers, getting pucks low to high, and then doing a good job of crashing that, kind of taking away his eyes. So if he's not really seeing the puck well, I think we'll have a lot of success.
Winnipeg's been a really competitive team this year, top 3 in the league even still. When you think back to the version of them that you saw in the playoffs, still a competitive team, what are some key differences, and what can you draw upon that playoff experience?
Yeah, it's tough to say. I feel like playoffs is just a completely different animal. So, for us, it's just playing our game, not really focused, who you're lining up against, just kind of win your battles and stuff like that. But, they do a good job. I feel like, regular season, they got a lot of guys that, can jump up in the play and offense. They have a lot of skilled D-men, and, they do a good job, obviously, in the defensive zone, and then they get great goaltending. So then playoffs comes around, and, it's just a completely different, anything can kind of happen. So just playing our game, playing with that. I almost feel like we need to, bring them into the battle a little bit more, kind of maybe stir it up after the whistle or stuff. And, nothing stupid, no taking penalties, but I feel like we were a little flat there for a lot of that game. And then, you kind of blink, and then it's the third period, and we're, kind of trailing from 2-0. So just nothing crazy. I don't think we have to change anything too much.
When you reflect on how much the team was on the road a month ago, what is the value of having this 5-game homestand, being at home for a stretch?
Yeah, the road's never fun. I feel like, especially we were kind of battling some sickness there. It's nice, like I said before, you're sleeping in your own bed, you're eating some home-cooked meals, and you're not, running all over the place, getting into, hotels at 2 in the morning. So, again, just, take advantage. We have the best fans in the league for a reason, kind of feed off their energy in the first 5 minutes of the game. Teams are coming to altitude, so it's never easy. So just kind of take advantage of that.
We're looking at, hopefully, Val gets back sooner than later. How exciting is that to actually have pretty much an almost fully healthy team?
Yeah, knock on wood, with this team, we've been unfortunate with some injuries. So, once it happens, then we can kind of be like, wow, this is awesome. But, again, we've done a great job. We have a next guy up mentality. A lot of these guys from the Eagles have come up, played really well for us. And, I've spoken about this before, but, the change of goaltenders has been, nothing against, Georgie and Hughes, but these guys have just sparked us a lot and sparked our confidence. So they've been great for us in the room and on the ice. And then, hopefully we get him back soon. Hopefully we get my boy Woody back. And then, from what I'm hearing, Landy's trending in the right direction. So it's just a lot of great, morale here in the locker room, and we're looking forward to, this next stretch.
This will be my last one, but Jared Benner has talked about the new head of strength and conditioning, Alexi, and some of the changes he's implemented. A lot more optionals, embracing recovery. What kind of a difference has he made for you as a player and how you're feeling in your game?
Yeah, he's been awesome. For me personally, just working with him kind of individually, came out, it felt really good from the summer. Then you get hurt, and there's not much you can do. But just working with him one-on-one, rehabbing, he did a lot for me to, I think, honestly, speed up my recovery. I came back a little bit, sooner than I probably should have. So, give a ton of credit to him and the entire training staff for helping me get back. But yeah, some of the stuff he's implemented it's been amazing. Some different technology stuff that I didn't even know or would kind of think of to use, but it's been good. A lot of stuff to help recovery, and you kind of just manage the body, manage sleep, and do its best so that when we're stepping on the ice for the game, we're our bodies are ready.